Picked this up at a thrift store about a week ago, and have been looking for a power supply ever since. I just got one from a local retro gaming store, and so I bought this without knowing whether it was going to work. So it was kind of a bold. It was a little expensive, $45 Canadian, but so cool. Love the color. This is called Tangerine. Has a few issues. One of them being that the CD-ROM drive is completely missing. There's a little cracks here and there at stress points, and the Apple logo inside is cracked as well. These models actually have some nice ports that make them like you can get internet on them. So they have an Ethernet port, a modem port, and a USB port. So this is a little more modern than some of the computers I've worked with that don't have any of that. So we should be able to get it onto the internet. And you can see, I've seen other pictures where this Apple logo is really cracked. So I think it's just what happens to these older MacBooks. I won't pretend that I haven't turned this on. I wanted to actually not know if it was going to turn on, but then I was paying for the power supply. So we tested it in store, and obviously since I bought it, it probably turns on. So we're going to turn it on now and see. All I did was turn it on, see that it booted, and then I shut it down again. So there's lots of other things to look at while we're to see like what's on the system. Looks like someone was actually keeping this up to date to a certain extent, because it has OS 10 on it. So again, nice to hear that chime when you're trying to get an old Mac fired up. So I didn't know, but I tested this at the shop where I bought the power supply, and it was nice that they had it. It was a pretty decent deal. So another $30. Oh, and I popped the keyboard. You can pop the keyboard in these. It's quite a, apparently they say 40 screws to change the hard drive if you want to update the hard drive. But it starts with popping that keyboard. That keyboard pops up right up. I've seen that there's an airport card in it, so very early Wi-Fi capable. I think it's 802.11b. So if I could make maybe I'll use one of my Raspberry Pis to make a Wi-Fi hotspot that supports that, because I'm pretty sure newer routers will not let you connect because it's insecure. So we've got Mac OS 10 coming up, and nice leopard print. So it's much more recent. These I think originally shipped with 8.6 and then 9 a little bit later. We should watch the battery. I'm pretty sure the battery's toast. At the shop, when I turned it on for a few minutes, it stayed at 0%. But while we play around a bit, let's just see if it goes up, if there's any. Let's just see if the battery can hold any charge at all. So we'll keep an eye on that. I'm just gonna poke around a little bit with and just see what's here. So it's like my computer clock is set to a date before March 24th, 2001. So that could cause applications to behave erratically. It probably means there's a battery here somewhere that maintains the clock. That's gone. So I might look at replacing that. But it's dinged up anyway. I think I saw, if I want to replace the CD-ROM in the orange bezel, like one with an orange bezel, I saw one for $60 on eBay. So let's just see what's on the hard drive here, I guess. It's always interesting with these old computers. Someone used them before. It's not looking, so let's see what applications we have. So not seeing anything super interesting. Oh, so we've got Microsoft Office 2004. And we have Safari. So hooking this up to the web, be really interesting to see what we could actually surf. I might do that a little bit later. But cool that it has Safari. I think let's just pop that up and see what happens. So this is like an old browser. If I were to hook up the internet to it, what did it try to go to first? It went to livepage.apple.com. I have no idea what that is. Well, let's just quickly check out the specs. on this as well. Just see what we're running with here. So we've got version 10.39. I think I read this is the highest version that this can use. So someone's kept this up to date, which is good. Got 288 megabytes of RAM. That is above spec for this. I think these were, oh no, sorry. Yeah, I think these were 32 megabytes of RAM stock. So this has been beefed up a little bit. The 300 megahertz chip is interesting and normal. That's the base model chip. Surprised at the memory. If someone actually managed to upgrade that. So this is kind of cool. And yeah, so PowerPC. So I think I'm actually going to go and try and grab some internet connectivity and see what Safari can do. Okay, so I hooked some Ethernet up. I'm gonna just actually, well, let's try the browser and see what happens. I'm trying to get rid of, oh, sorry, I just killed the browser. Let's try again. Can't find the server. Maybe because it doesn't exist anymore. But apple.com should redirect, so we obviously haven't got internet yet. Let's just stop. Okay, so I got internet connected. One thing I didn't realize is that you actually need to turn it on, but you can see here I got a ping. I can ping Google and get a ping back, so that's good. I wasn't doing that before. Turns out you actually have to go turn it on in settings. Unexpected to turn on the built-in internet. This is clicked off. I did try and join my Wi-Fi, but it wasn't connecting, so I don't know if it's too new. I tried entering the password and that sort of stuff. So the really interesting thing is, how is Safari going to go with a really old version of Safari? So we're at Google. We got an image. Huh, that's kind of cool. So it's functional. Let's just search for something and then click on a link and see what happens. My default search is pizza. That's working surprisingly well. Which version of Safari is this? Is the other question. No, not Safari Help, I guess. Oh, sorry, over here it's on... Oh, there we go. There's about Safari. So Safari 1.3.2. Let's try YouTube and go really crazy. Let's see if we can play a video. Can't verify the identity. That's interesting. Oh, and actually we've got the current time. Automatically got updated once we have the internet, which is good. Oh, and I'm just sharing my Wi-Fi on my Mac laptop through a Thunderbolt adapter. So that's how I got the Wi-Fi, the Ethernet cable down here. So also this machine has Microsoft Word and Excel. Okay, so Safari died trying to open YouTube. That is not overly surprising. Oh, let's go to the Apple Start page. It's doing that anyway. It vectored us from that live page.apple.com, which probably doesn't exist anymore. This could break it. Oh, and also note the battery is actually charging. We have a 17% charge already. Not sure how well that would hold, but I'd be interested to find out once it fully charges. I was at 0% when we started. So Apple is not, well, let's try and reload that. Can't open the page because it couldn't make a secure connection. So there's some issues with the browser. Any other interesting sites? See about Facebook. Can't verify the identity. So it's having trouble with certificates. I may have to install them. I'm not able to validate the chain. We'll continue anyway. See what happens. Oh, okay. Well, we got something. Not a lot of graphics. Do have a sign-in link. I'm not gonna sign in because I don't want to type my password on YouTube. But yeah, so just to conclude, it works. It was kind of a risk taking it, and luckily if it works, it's better than I expected. It looks like someone's fully upgraded this. The OS X is new. The hard drive looks like it's about 40 gigabytes when 6 to 10 was the normal on these things, and the RAM is 288 megabytes when 32 to 64 was the norm on these. So this is, and it seems semi-functional. I mean, you could possibly do your word processing on this or something like that. I don't know if I'll do that, but fun little project. Works great. Signing off for now.